What's up guys, this is Nightwing2303 from WarTesters.com. Today we have a quick look at the Nike KB Mentality. This is one of Kobe Bryant's kind of signature team models. So it's not the actual signature or what some people call the flagship, but this is just a kind of like a takedown model. However, it's not really a takedown model because it's got almost everything in there that the flagship does have. But the one thing that these do have that those don't is a $100 price tag. And another thing that these guys have is that they have the capability of being either an indoor shoe or an outdoor shoe. And again, at $100, you really can't go wrong. I know a lot of people are like beasting over that Kyrie one because it's like $110. These were $110 out the door with tax and everything. And these are going to be more, I guess, viable option in as far as like indoor-outdoor usage goes. Whereas the Kyries look like they're really kind of like an indoor shoe that could be used outdoors. But with that being said, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Now, just real quick, here's the box. It is a special box, I guess you could say, just because it's not like the Kobe signature box, but it is an actual Kobe box. So it's not just a run-of-the-mill Nike box. As you can see, I got a 9.5. Reason being, they did not have a 9. They had an 8.5 and a 9.5. 8.5 was way too small. 9.5 actually fits like a 9. So I'm pretty happy that I actually got this one. I probably would have preferred the 9 just because I wouldn't have had any space between the tip of my toe and the tip of the shoe. But you know, it is what it is. This is actually my true size. I just prefer to go down half a size because I don't like really any room in my shoes. So as far as these fitting true to size, I would say go with your true size and you'll be just fine. They come with Kobe paper, which is pretty cool. And then my favorite part is that the top of the lid actually has this breakdown, and they used to do this with a lot of their shoes, whether it be a Nike basketball shoe or an Air Jordan shoe. And I don't know why they don't do it anymore, but I really wish that they would continue with this because this is awesome. It doesn't really tell you anything that you don't already know, but it's just cool to have that in there. So here is a look at the outsole. These guys are super aggressive and not super pliable or anything like that. It's not a soft rubber, it is a more firm rubber. It should grip just fine indoors, and because it's so widely spaced, especially with like areas like this, dust shouldn't be a problem with these, at least not a big problem. And as far as outdoor goes, like I said, this is meant for indoor or outdoor usage. This is kind of going back to the days where you'd have just a really thick rubber bottom, and that's what these guys have. So again, $100, you really can't go wrong with these. Inside the shoe, we have a Lunarlon drop-in midsole, says Mentality right there. And in case you guys are wondering, this is the Kobe 8 midsole, this is Kobe 9 midsole, and it's all the same stuff. So if you were trying to interchange any of them between one another, you definitely could. Wouldn't be a problem. As far as what I've seen so far, the Kobe 8 midsole is actually the best fit. So if you wanted to take this and put it in your Kobe 8s or vice versa, then you could do so perfectly fine. As far as the rest of the upper is concerned, it's basically just hyperfused with some mesh panels. None of the mesh panels are actually breathable, but they are on there. It's for greater flexibility and things like that, keeping that upper pliable. And then we have a torch-like tongue here, and this is where most of that airflow is going to come from. So these are going to be like really airy, super nice if you like some ventilation there. They have a small TPU heel counter right here, and you can see that it's kind of outlined with the fuse there. And then it's got this 4 AM little strip on the back tab. I believe this is a special colorway. I don't know the name of it though, and I'm pretty sure it's just to kind of give you that Kobe mentality of like, you know, his work ethic and things like that. I'm sure that he wakes up at 4 AM because the dude is neurotic as far as like, you know, training and things like that goes. So I'm pretty sure that's what that means. And something that's a really cool feature that's just not too noticeable is that there's just like all this like weird black splatter all over the fuse upper. And I just think that's super sick. I don't know, you know, what it is. Maybe it's blood, sweat, tears, maybe all three. I'm not really sure, but I just think it looks really, really dope. And then a cool design element that I think is really dope on these guys is that you could see the Kobe Shizuku logo right here. It's with this fuse, and that fuse piece, so it's all like that. It's this thing right here. And this is one of those shoes that I was able to check out when I was in Portland, and I was talking to the project manager of the entire thing. I'm actually trying to work on an interview with him and the entire design team on these to put on the site, Wear Testers. So if you're interested in that, just stay tuned and all that kind of good stuff. If I do end up getting that interview completed and published, and I'll probably link that in these guys' upcoming performance review video and not this video. But while I was there, I was telling him that the shoe really looks like the Kobe 5, and he said that was, you know, one of the shoe's inspirations, which you can see. So it's got that really nice low cut look. form fitting and all that kind of good stuff. These guys use what they called skin wire at the time, which is a really thin hyperfuse upper. It had a lot of issues with like ripping and tearing right here, which these guys don't feel like they'll have. They feel a little bit more sturdy than this one here. I mean, they've have a number of years between this release and this one, so I'm pretty sure that their fuse is going to be a little bit better. And yeah, so you know, if you really like the Kobe 5, then you might just like these guys. The only difference is that these have lunar instead of the zoom that these had. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick look, detailed look, review, whatever you want to call it. These are available now over at Foot Locker. This is where I got my pair, and they've been available overseas in numerous colorways already. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for your support. Make sure to stay tuned to the upcoming performance review on these guys, and until next time guys, have a good one.